Well, if you're going to do web work or any kind of work, text is something that you're going to put in your images. I mean, even look at this image right here. I don't know how it was laid out, probably in InDesign, whatever. But, you have some titles, especially for big letters or big letters like private classes, anywhere USA, Bill the Geek. Those are big letters. And Photoshop, they let you take care of that very well. So let's go into some text basics. Here we go. So let's go into Photoshop. And we'll work with this image. And let's choose a little place to put some text. I'll once again go to the crop tool. Choose a little area where we might want to place some text in here. And that's what I love about big images. A big image gives us a lot of little places to go in and work. And again, I'll double click the hand tool, which takes me into full screen view. And this image right now is 1500 pixels wide. I can always resize it. But what I do, and just so we can see more clearly, I'm just going to make a little rounded rectangle. Choose nice little white. Let's see, I'm trying to get in the swatch box, choose perfect white, and then I'll just, let's make a new layer so that things don't get confusing. And here we go, we get a nice little white rectangle to work with. So basically, here's what happens with text, and I think it's somewhat confusing. The first thing you do is click the text tool. Now notice this is a little weird too. The rounded rectangles tool layer is selected, so they think that you want to add something to the shape, which confuses the heck out of me. So I just make a new layer. I make a new layer, and now when I go to hover over the object, I see the I-beam. A nice clean I-beam. That's a good sign. And then I just click, and I type in warm. Let's try that again. Type in warm weather. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Okay, now the thing is, you type in anything. Don't care about the color, don't care about the font, just type in anything and take care of everything else later. That's rule number one. Type something. That's Bill the Geek's rule. Okay, so now I click the Move tool. Yeah, trust me on this. And notice I must have spelled something very wrong over here. The layer name, whatever you typed in, it's going to show up right here in the layer. And to change the color of your text, just double click the T, not over here. Double click the T. And a couple of ways to change text color with text. Up here, it's showing me my text options, and I can click here to change text color, or I can just click in the swatch box. And then if I go back to the Move tool, I can drag the text around. If I want to change my warm weather, I just select the text tool. Notice out here it thinks I want to add new text out here, but if I get right over the text, I get the single I-beam. This square around the I-beam means they think you want new stuff. The single I-beam means you want to edit your text. And now I'll just type in weather. There you go. So I've got some text, got some color. I can drag my text around. But now I want to adjust the font and the point size of the text. This is where I go back to the little T in the Layers panel, double click. The thing becomes highlighted. And then I can come up here and I can choose a point size. And though this only goes up to 72, you can type in any integer you would want. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to type in 125. Oh, there we go. That's nice and big. And here are my fonts over here. Now I can go up here to fonts and choose one of these fonts. Notice as I scroll through them, you can see them change over there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Or if I click in the middle of the font name and the font name becomes highlighted, I can use my up and down arrow tools to kind of preview text options up and down. Once I choose one with the up or down arrow, it helps you if you hit enter on the keyboard. That lets Photoshop know that you are for real with that font selection. And then I go back to the move tool and I move my font around. So there's your point size. To edit your text, you just come over here, you double click the T tool. No, cancel that. I'm trying to do something. Nope, don't want to do that. I'm trying to do something, I'm not sure, on the Mexican keyboard. I'm trying to do something on the Mexican keyboard. On the American PCs and Macs, if you hit Command H or Control H, it hides the highlight so that you don't have to look at this black background. Notice, and my text, it turns green in editing, which can be annoying. But if you go to the Move tool, then it goes back to where you want it to be. There are your text basics, and again, I just love adding drop shadows to my text. Once you go to the drop shadow option, then this little box opens over here, and you can actually go into the image and drag your drop shadow around, go up here and play with these doohickeys, distances, not rocket scientist work. There are your text basics, and we'll be back with more in the next segment.